And yo, what is up, everyone? We are live. This is Fun Speculation Podcast, Ultimate in the PM, something like that. And we are here today to talk about games. And it's also Battlefield, which I haven't even had a chance to actually watch all of the shit that happened today and that everybody's excited about. But I'm going to kind of try and casually watch it on the side of the screen as we're going on here, and Pong is like just can't wait to talk about this stuff for sure. But also, Xbox's Trojan horse effect that we all talked about before seems to be in full effect. When you pointed out, some people don't like to hear that their favorite games are actually owned by Microsoft and Xbox these days. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But then also, we got some other news that I had a Mavcast last week regarding PlayStation strategy and how it's changing, obviously, with their hiring and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of that stuff. And we have a full panel today for the start of the show. A lot of times it's been just me and Pong starting. So it's been looking a lot like PM in the PM. However, today we are here with Jasper. So we'll start with Jasper first because he is joining us straight from space. The one and only. What's up, Jasper? How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good up here on the ISS, just circling around the Earth. But I've been doing good, I guess, kind of. July was like the worst month I've ever had, but
you made it through, Jasper. That's the important
Yeah.
thing. You're here.
But now I got some free time because I'm back on night shift, so I'll be able to hop on a little bit throughout the week now. So
Sweet. Yeah. How's your car?
I take it Tuesday because they called me last week and they're like, we're just gonna order parts. You just want to keep it for a little longer? I was like, sure. So then I just take it Tuesday now.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna have to be without it for long when they get it.
I have no idea. I mean, they got to still rip the front bumper off and see what's under that.
Yeah. No. Enjoy that. So hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jasper had a rough month, guys. Like what happened to your car? You would think, oh, you just walk everywhere you want to go, Jasper. Well, that wasn't working out too well for you either. So
Yeah.
anyway, crazy month, man. Well, we're also joined by the one and only Fuzzy Belvedere. What's up, Fuzz?
Guys, glad to be here with y'all. Glad we got Jasper here as well. And it's been interesting on social media with the Sony change of pace or change of direction, business model, whatever you want to refer to it as. But yeah, fun times.
Yeah, man, it's been interesting. I made a post last week or early this week. I don't know, but it seems like it triggered some people. I wasn't even trying to. It's interesting. I don't know. I think people are in their feels a little bit because of the amount of change in the industry or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty strange. Pong, what's up, man? I see you smirking. How's it going?
Going great, brother. It's going great. I was just gonna say, what they were saying isn't actually wrong though in a lot of ways, man. But you're right. They're in their feelings about it because Microsoft owns them now. But they're not wrong that 3/4 of those would have been on PlayStation and on the sales charts anyways. So really, whatever. But
100%.
it is pretty funny.
But they're owned by Xbox now.
They're
in the Game Pass.
But the two.
So those. But the thing is, they downplayed the fuck out of when those acquisitions happened, and they're owned by Xbox, and they're in Game Pass, and they always say there's not shit in Game Pass and all this stuff.
Hold on.
Okay. All right, I'm holding on.
You didn't let me finish. But the two glaring ones,
yeah,
Forza Horizon, and of course Indiana Jones, they poo-pooed the shit out of those games. Forza Horizon's been shit on by ponies for years and years and years, right?
Yeah.
And Indiana Jones, when it was showing off, it's not Uncharted. It's not Uncharted. Shit, it's not Uncharted. Yeah. They show up and they become top 10 games over on PlayStation. That's where you go, yeah, you guys have been waiting for these games for fucking ever. And wait till Starfield shows up too. That's going to be a top 10 seller as well. After you guys destroyed the shit out of it, right? So Yeah, I think that is funny. Like I said, the other ones like Doom, whatever, I look at those and I'm like, whatever. Yeah,
Right.
Whoever owned them, it doesn't really matter. But those two glaring ones, absolutely, they are up in their feelings about it. Absolutely, they're up in their feelings about it. It's just funny to me because this shit doesn't even matter anymore. Now Nate the Hate's confirming that Sony's gonna put shit everywhere
exactly.
as well. So,
And guess what? Those games are going to be top sellers on Xbox when they release.
Yep.
Absolutely will. And also the same thing. You know, like it's just hilarious because that the Circana report came out, and if you just look at it and it's like a quarter one or quarter two sales thing, right? Which Satya Nadella had come out.
Natia, that's a good one. He is more of a she sometimes. So come on, let's go.
Satya Nadella had come out and said that they were the number one publisher on PlayStation for the last quarter. And then when you see like the report also and like from Matt Piscatella for the quarter, and he did a revised one because I guess Elden Ring Night Rain ended up taking the top spot actually, so he had to do a revision, but still like 6 out of the top 10 were Microsoft owned franchises, right? And the thing is, I remember the reason I made that is like when each one of those acquisitions was happening or whatever, like Bethesda originally was like, oh shit, those don't matter, isn't gonna do anything, like and then Starfield came out and Starfield was shit on mercilessly by PlayStation guys. And even they're still like saying now in the comments of that post they're saying things like, oh, whoever shits on Bethesda games. I'm like, what? Like, do you remember when the Xbox bought Bethesda and then afterwards, and pretty much every Bethesda game that's fucking released since the acquisition, you guys have been shitting on? Now there's one in the top 10 in sales on your platform, and you're saying that nobody ever shits on Bethesda games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, no.
Yeah, and Indiana Jones as well. They tried to shit all over it before it came out. And guess what? Now it's there. Yeah, Forza Horizon. Oh my God, the Forza franchise in general. They talk shit about how shitty it was forever. Now they're saying it doesn't count because of a lack of market in the arcade racing genre. Well, there's a shit ton of arcade racers out there, but they all suck ass. Forza's the best. So you're just saying that again without saying it. Like anyway, the amount of feels in those comments was just absolutely insane. So it's interesting. I think that's going to be a thing that we're going to continue to see in the storefront on PlayStation is Microsoft's name. It's been in the top. There's already had like 3 or 4 there. You know, the typical Minecraft. You know, you've had like Overwatch there a lot. You know, stuff like that. But now you're going to have even more and more. Right? I think Grounded 2 eventually, when it shows up on PlayStation, will end up being there as well. And unfortunately, they don't have early access over there, but it's going to be interesting to see. The Trojan horse effect is working.
It is. No, it's fine. I thought it was funny too because it's just I love when you get back to your shit posting and it's
kind of bait posting in a way. I mean, I don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I just know when you're doing it, but yours are so like. They're so off the cuff and they're just so random when they pop up in my feed. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And then I see how many people have already responded. I'm like, holy shit, bro. Like it takes no time. It's like they're waiting in the wings, just waiting for you to put one out there. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty funny. But more importantly, everybody, more important than that, we're going to talk about it as Mav alluded to. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think I can stop whispering it at this point. We still got the beta to try. We still got launch day to try, obviously. But after watching the Battlefield showcase today, I can say we're fucking back, baby. We are fucking back. This is Battlefield 3+4. I can't wait to talk about this shit. I had it in the background at work, so I can't, I'm not locked in, but I was watching like 2 hours of them playing after it. But my God, we are fucking back. In Zampella, we trust. I think it's freaking great. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go, man.
Yeah, I'm about to start watching it here. over on this side. Jasper, you excited for Battlefield?
Yeah, I am. I actually re-downloaded 2042 to play that a little bit while we wait for the new one to come out. So I've been playing that a bit. Played a couple rounds of that the other day.
Jasper, did you hear I re-downloaded Hardline? I've been playing Hardline.
Uh,
the campaign.
yeah. Okay.
I did play a match the other day because there's actually one server up and there was like 40 people in there. So we actually did get a match, but yeah, I've just been playing through the campaign.
I know,
yeah,
like I tried to play Hardline like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and like there was no one playing it, so you couldn't find a match.
I know, I got a match. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, it's kind of hard not to get into the hype with Battlefield's so good at this, but it looks legit. Like I know 2042 got a lot of people excited too. This though, they really did listen to the community and they're taking it back. And we're going to talk about it because they confirmed a bunch of shit today as well. A lot of exciting news today coming out of the Battlefield shit.
What was the most exciting news coming out besides the beta dates?
They're going to support locked weapons on the classes. They're going to have both. So if you want to play open weapons, you can play open weapons. But they are going to support locked weapons to the classes.
They're just phenomenal. Based on server choice, I guess, or
yes, it's gonna be server choice. They already said that you're gonna be able to go through server selections like we used to be able to. It's gonna be available through Portal. Mav, I know you haven't seen it yet. Portal is going to allow for community maps to be made with all sorts of crazy shit. You should see the blowout on that. Like they're gonna be able to create. They had tanks flying in the air for some reason. Like they're gonna be able to create custom maps, and it's going to count towards experience.
And so full XP
thing,
or whatever.
The thing I missed today was it like this long, like hour-long thing or something, or what? Like,
yes.
What? Okay.
Yes, it was like Call of Duty. It was like how they blow out Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Almost the exact same thing. So they did like the multiplayer trailer. Then they had Zampella and one of the leads come out, talk about what they're doing. They had everybody in this theater, and they actually had the screen overhead too. So when jets came over, it came over the crowd into the back screen. It was the whole theater was one big screen. It was dope as hell. But so they went through that. Then they had a whole kind of like blowout of each class, and they had the developers talking about each class. Then they talked about the destruction and how they brought back the destruction. If you're watching it, Mav, you'll see that part. They walk into a building, Mav. There's guys on the second floor, guys walking underneath. The guys know that they're underneath, plant C4 on the floor, blow up right above the ceiling, and start shooting down on the guys below. It's freaking awesome. It's like the old days.
Yeah, I'm watching the gameplay trailer right now. Freaking Egypt with the pyramids in the background looks pretty sick, man.
Almost all the locales are sick. The maps today look great. Go ahead.
I just watched that like 5-minute video or whatever where they had like the devs talk about each class and the destruction stuff. That's all I saw.
And then they went in and they had all the live gameplay, right? Because they had all the influencers there and they were all doing different matches and shit. So they showed that all off.
Yeah, it looks like the buildings are just like completely being demolished, bro.
Yes. It's almost complete demolition, depending on where you hit them and what you do. Yes.
Right.
Because people were talking about it, how one guy actually talked as you play, like we talked about all the time, man, back in the day. He said by the time you get through at a match, it's level. Like you're hiding behind little corner rocks, like just leftover rubble at that point. So yeah.
Well,
but the locations look amazing.
I guess it was pretty successful because I think they're already the #1 seller on Steam. So that the hype is through the roof.
Twitch had over 8,000 viewers at one time.
100,000, right?
800,000.
Oh, it's like 8,000. Wow.
No, 800,000. 800,000.
Wow, 8,000 whole viewers.
Yeah,
I'll take it. No. Hey, come over for 8,000 viewers. Come watch us.
And the redemption for the early access, because they announced the beta next weekend, and then the weekend after are 2 open betas. They're gonna have early access next week for anybody who signed up for Battle Labs prior to today, and also if you pre-order, you get early access. And then if you they had Twitch rewards as well that you can earn it for the 7th and 8th of that. So they all announced the betas as well. So pretty dope.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, Fuzzy, you said you were on a wait and see approach. Have you waited and saw, or are you still waiting and seeing?
I'm gonna try to see if I can be part of that open beta and go from there. I think that's the best way to kind of get a feel for it, because it looks amazing. A little bit I've seen as far as like their breakdown as far as the multiplayer and stuff like that. But yeah, before I do the pre-order, I gotta at least try the beta. But it's looking good. It's looking more promising than what 42 did when they were doing the whole hurricane thing, or I was about to say Sharknado, but yeah, it's looking promising. So I can't hate on it or anything like that at this point. It'll just be a matter of playing in the open beta, and just love the fact that they got a lot of the stuff is you can demo pretty much most of the building. Like that's that's great. No more having to worry about snipers high up. Just take the whole building down with a minute. That's it.
So I think this goes closed beta or early access, whatever, goes live on the 7th. So that's like a week, and then that's up for like 3 days or so, or 2 or 3 days before it goes open beta, something like
7th
that.
and 8th, and then Saturday and Sunday, the 9th and 10th are open.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So Thursday, Friday next week is early access, and then Saturday, Sunday, and then the following week as well. Saturday, Sunday will also be open beta.
Right on. Shout out to Alvin with the $5 super chat. It says flying tank should be called the Hannibal. What's up, all? Full house. Still on Greedland, kind of hooked. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to play Greedland yet. I've actually been playing the show.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I've got my baseball hooks in me right now, so I've been playing the show and Tony Hawk, more or less, pretty much those two. Yeah, man, Battlefield looks really crazy. I'm watching this trailer, bro. It looks insane.
Old Battlefield 3 and 4 all over again. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Now Wilfred Rosario in the chat said, "Will it have a battle royale or extraction mode?" I think they announced like a battle royale mode, but they had to have. Did they show that today?
No, they didn't show it off. They teased it. So but obviously they said it's going to be available in labs. I think they said shortly after launch is what they're shooting for right now. So but yeah, it will be available. So
the last time they did a battle royale, it didn't go so well for Battlefield. That was in Battlefield 1, I believe, or was it 5?
It was
5.
Yeah, this is the World War II one, Firestorm.
Yeah,
Firestorm,
and then they had that extraction mode in 2042 that didn't do too well.
Okay. Yeah, that was. I remember trying that with you guys, and we just kind of tried it, and we were like, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the same thing with Firestorm, because I was excited for the Firestorm mode because it's like I like battle royale games, and I always thought I had always thought Battlefield's the perfect fucking franchise to bring out a battle royale game, because it's made for it, the huge maps and all this stuff, but it just didn't work really well at the time.
You could tell that it was a rushed afterthought because they were trying to get in on that market. So like the way it was designed, it just did not work right for the mechanics that were in that game.
We'll see how this one pans out. Hopefully they do good. Another franchise that would be good for is Ghost Recon.
They tried that and they canceled it.
I know. Yeah. One of their free-to-play things that they were going to do. Yeah. The Division would also be cool. I'm naming all these like Ubisoft canceled projects right now.
I know. Yeah, that's what you're doing. They did confirm too $70 for Battlefield, and then they've got the Ultimate Edition, or I forget what they're calling this one, Premium or whatever the hell it is. For you can get it through EA Play on Game Pass for $90, I want to say, instead of the $100. So it's a discount on there, and that comes with they are going to have battle passes. But they also did confirm that as of right now, they're saying that all the cosmetic skins are going to feel grounded. They're not going to do anything crazy Call of Duty shit. So they're going to remain grounded in military. Yep. So that's another plus.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait, man. The hype is there. They achieved hype with 2042 until the betas. Then the betas deflated the hype. Right, because there was so many issues, and there was talks about rush development, getting it out the door too quick. The devs asked for more time; they didn't give them more time. All this kind of stuff. I remember back when that came out, Um, but before it launched, well, there's also the controversy about no single player campaign that was around 2042. There's a lot of conversation about that at the time as well. And we were on the side of like, we don't really give a shit because we don't play Battlefield for the campaigns, but
right. I like it.
you like
I mean, I like him, but I don't.
Yeah.
You spend 99% of your time in the multiplayer, so it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And they teased it today again, the single player. They did show another short clip. So
Right. And I guess, you did download, you said you downloaded Hardline today to play the campaign.
Last week, yeah, I did actually earlier. Last weekend I downloaded it. Yeah, to play the campaign.
Did you never play the campaign, or are you just going back?
Yeah, no, I did. I did. I was in the mood, and was Steele and I talking about, I can't remember. We were talking about somewhere, or it popped in my head how good Hardline was. And, again, I made a post and I said we were pretty harsh on Hardline as far as the multiplayer goes. And the reviewers were terrible. The reviewers hated Hardline. And that kind of drowned that game too as well. I just go back now and I play through the campaign still holds up. Sure. We're talking about, when was Hardline?
2014?
2014, 2013? I can't remember.
Something like that. Yeah.
12 years. So, obviously facial, CGI, it's fine, but it's not like great. But the story, everything about that, and there's a ton of stealth in it. You could play it like Splinter Cell if you really want to. I'm playing the levels like a Splinter Cell level. If I screw up and I alert them, I'm just starting over again. But there's that. But the story itself holds up. So the campaign is really good. And then jumping back into multiplayer, even though it was kind of wonky because we had 40 people or whatever else, and we were just playing deathmatch. We were playing we were playing domination. So without the whole steal the gold and all that shit. But just playing that again, it still plays pretty damn well. And I'm just like, I just give them a lot of credit for trying something different. It's just that nobody wanted a non-military battlefield. Like they just were hoping to have another military battlefield, and then the cops and robbers just appealed to nobody, or at least only a small group. But man, going back and play it now, it's pretty damn good. And I give them a lot of credit for trying something different. They brought in tons of actors for the campaign too. So it's set up for anybody who doesn't remember, it's set up like watching a cop show. It's set up in episodes, and it's like you're playing the episodes, but it's set up like a cop show episodes. Each one is a little bit different. They recap every time you restart, even if you continue from a checkpoint. Let's say you turn off the game, come back in and start from a checkpoint. They give you a recap like you're watching a TV show. It's freaking pretty cool, man. I really enjoy that game.
That was one of the better campaigns, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's on sale. It's on sale on the Xbox Big Sale for $3.99. So I know it's on EA Play, but you can get the whole big thing for $3.99.
Shout out to chat. Thank you all for being here. Shout out. I see Ray Oid here hanging out. Mac22TH54. We got Web Dave here hanging out as well. We got let's see, Def Leopard here. Seth Garfinkel. Let's see, we got Fuzzy Tomato is here hanging out. Zach Riley, what's up? Psychonauts had said Grounded 2 has blown away the first game. The ant mount is a game changer for building, and the Omni tool is a great choice for gathering resources. I've heard a lot of positive conversation about Grounded 2 so far. Seems a lot of people like it, and it was doing really well on PC also. I think didn't it have like 40 something 50,000 something concurrent players like right after it launched or something like that. So I think Grounded 2 has a chance to take off even more than the first one did. Especially like they've had a lot of time with the game, they understand it a lot more, so it's I think it's gonna be a pretty big franchise.
In the DMs, Psychonauts was talking about the DMs that they actually have like classes. You could actually be a mage now. Like if you build out the right armor and stuff. Yeah, he said you got your class, you got your mage, you got your ranger, you got your fighter. He said they got the classic builds in there if you want to play that way. So he said it's pretty dope. That's what he put in our DMs. So
yeah, and it's the same kids but like older, right?
Correct. They grew up. Yep.
Okay. Man.
Yep.
Cool.
Not my game, but I don't have the time for it. But yeah, I've seen the same thing, man. Tons of people loving the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's like one that I like. I think I could spend a lot
City
of
knows
time
what-
with if I really invested in it. You know, I did just install it back here, but I haven't had time to launch it yet. So we'll see.
Did it come out today?
No, it came out last
yeah,
week, right?
Oh,
was it
okay.
last
Or
week?
Tuesday?
I think it was
Was
a
it this
couple
week?
days. I think it was a couple days ago.
Was it?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Was it?
Something like
I
that.
think it was like. I think it was like Tuesday or something. Yeah, I think it was this week.
It must have been because it was in our tidbits last week, right?
Yeah, it was in Tidbits.
Yes, I thought.
Where was it?
It doesn't matter.
It was last Friday.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh, last Friday? Really? Okay, man.
Mhm.
Time flies. Zach Riley said the game's really good. Ray Oid said the game doesn't feel like a game preview. July 29th.
they
Ray
learned a lot
said.
from the
See,
first
that's what
one.
it said 2 days ago.
Was it
Maybe it
20?
was like a special edition.
Early
thing.
access preview or
Oh,
something.
early access preview, maybe. if you
Early
bought it.
access for the
Yeah.
early access.
Yeah.
Early access.
Early access to the game preview. Okay. Getting carried away now.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that.
Probably did. I think they do it with every single one of their games at this point. Is there one of the big games Xbox hasn't done like that premium upgrade thing that we can think of off the top of the head where you get play early? Huh, babe?
I want to say ever since, what was it, Gears of War 4. I think that was like one of the first ones, and they've been doing it ever since.
Okay, I can't think of one that they haven't. I was just trying to think
I
of
mean,
any current ones.
They
Indiana
did it for
Jones had it.
Indy. Yeah, they did it for Doom, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe Pentiment didn't have it, but then again, that's not
Yeah,
a
that
game.
was-
So
yeah, that's not a AAA game. There was really not anything you could buy early for that. Like, there was no battle pass.
Did Tony Hawk have it? I don't think Tony Hawk
No.
had it.
No,
I think Tony Hawk just launched everywhere at once. Yeah.
correct. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're counting that. I guess technically, yeah.
Yeah, it counts, Pong. You're just like those people in my fucking post, man. They own them now. Deal with it. It's an Xbox franchise.
No, I'm saying on an Ultimate Edition level, does it
Yeah.
count? Because I
I
don't.
don't
What would
know.
you give with the Ultimate Edition for Hawk? What, the extra skins and boards? Maybe. I guess
Yeah, you
could've
got
done
like
that.
the Doom skins and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
that's
like
true.
the Doom skin. You got
Guess you could have done
the.
that.
But maybe it did have it. Fuck.
I don't think so.
Did
I
it
don't
have
think it really
early
matters.
access?
I think it's pretty much a pattern. If they got a chance to do it, they're doing it.
Yeah.
Why is one? Can I ask why Tony Hawk 1 and 2 still aren't available in Game Pass?
I don't know. They're on PlayStation Plus.
Are they not?
that might be why, because PlayStation Plus's contract, you can't have.
But Fuzzy,
In
when would that have been signed?
Right.
Sir?
Exactly.
Sir, when would that have been
point.
signed?
Good point.
That wasn't like 2 years ago that they signed that deal. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I just don't get it, man. Anyway,
There has to be some kind of.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's
Thing.
something.
It has to be some kind
Sure.
of thing.
I'm sure there's something.
I
There's
mean,
always
it wouldn't
something.
make. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. for it
Why
not
is
to be.
Prototype not in there? Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
There's nothing holding Prototype back.
Well, the weird one about Tony Hawk is that those came out this generation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I can't really think of a good reason unless it has something to do with licensing or some kind of a contract deal that was made before the acquisition. But then you're like, well, it's in PlayStation Plus right now. So
Unless that
Weird,
was
man.
like from the minute Activision started working on it, kind of thing. But still, it's been a couple of years.
Right.
I guess they're drip feeding a lot of the older content, but that one should have made either the day one or at least after 3 to 6 months or something like Diablo did. So
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird, man. Especially with 3 and 4 coming out. Like, why would you not have that in before? Like, 2 months before, like 3 months before. Just have everybody play one. I don't know. Whatever. Again, we're probably past that point now. The whole situation with that has been really weird, and there's been no explanation. So whatever. It is what it is. Because
Yeah.
we just continue to wait.
Let's see here. All right, so I want to get back to PlayStation now. The job posting that we had last week. We didn't have a chance to talk about that on a podcast, did we?
No, I
No,
don't
I think that
so.
was I just did the Mavcast like on
Yeah,
yeah,
you did
because we did a
Mavcast.
show
You
on
and I- Stu and I
Thursday,
talked about it.
and then that came out on Friday.
Friday.
Right? Yeah.
Late Friday.
Yeah, so that came out on Friday. And it was funny because I remember on Thursday we had talked about this, and actually and I think I'd asked you, Pong, like, do we ever see a day where they bring some of the older single player franchises to Xbox, right? And you were like, you could see that, you know. I think Fuzzy kind of had similar answer and stuff like. And then the next day, we see this like job posting revealed that it wasn't just a job posting. This was like a person that was going to be leading a new team of other jobs. Like if you read into the job posting for the that Sony had posted for their multi-platform expansion is in the job title, right? They're going to be overseeing all these different people for other leadership roles that are also in line with the different platforms like Xbox, PC, and stuff like that for bringing games over. And that set the internet on fire on Friday, as it came to the realization for many that PlayStation saw that money, I think, that Xbox is making. They, the money guys that have taken over PlayStation, and have said we suck at business, are now trying to unsuck. They are expanding, and like the job posting, I went through it all on Mavcast and read it all and all that stuff. But the job posting specifically states their multi-platform expansion, right? So this is not just the same things that they are doing currently. They are expanding beyond what they're doing, which is the purpose of the new roles, to create the partnerships, to help oversee things, to help get things ironed out, and make sure that things are optimized well for the different platforms and all that kind of stuff. So the only thing we don't know really is what games are going to be first, how many games are going to end up moving over, what the cadence is going to be like for releases and all that kind of stuff. But they are going to be bringing more games to Steam, more games to Epic Game Store, more games to Xbox and Switch. So the same lines that have been said again, they're never going to do it. They're never going to put more games on Xbox. They're never going to do that. Every single time that the words never going to do that has been uttered from the PlayStation community about PlayStation, it seems like a short turnaround between that time and the time that PlayStation decides to do it. And even so much so as they even responded to a fan email. So some of the PlayStation community was upset, kind of like Doomsday 2024 for Xbox fans, saying, that we don't want our games on Xbox and all this stuff. It's like we want to feel special and all this kind of shit that, Xbox guys were saying last year and stuff. And they actually responded saying pretty much like, we're listening to you. And that's pretty much it. We're listening. Too bad. We're always going to do what's best for PlayStation and our players. And that's what they're saying. So anyway, I guess I'll start with you, Jasper. Were you surprised by this reveal of this new leadership role and team that's being formed at PlayStation for multi-platform expansion?
I mean, I was surprised by the post itself, but I think we all kind of assumed this is eventually where PlayStation was going to end up going, just due to the console market not growing and them needing to expand their player base. That's the same reason why Xbox is doing it. and a lot of other companies are going to probably start doing that too. And I just like to think that Jim Ryan wasn't so bad because he foresaw this and was like, you know. So he's still the great leader for PlayStation for me.
Yeah, you're the Jim Ryan fan. Jasper wanted them to go all in, everything games of service, all at once, and completely believed in Jim's vision there. So yeah, didn't work out well for some of the games, but I think you're right on a lot of things there, Jasper, for sure. What about you, Fuzz? Were you surprised by PlayStation's eagerness to put games on Xbox?
I think timing wise, a little. I figured it would eventually happen, but I didn't think it was going to be this soon. But then again, after seeing how 6 out of 10 of the games are, owned by Microsoft, and they're having to pay Microsoft that 70% cut, and that's leaving less space for their first party stuff where they would collect 100%. I guess those numbers don't lie, and they've got the attention of the money people at Sony. But I figured within 2 years we would see some more stuff. But I guess,
well, I mean, they still got to build out this program and stuff or whatever they're going to do, so it'll probably take a couple years.
Although it was pretty quick from when we heard rumors of like Helldivers 2. Although be it that's live service. I'm waiting to see how fast of a turnaround, especially with all the PC ports for things like Spider-Man or The Last of Us, which it seems like they've re-released that on PC and console like 5 or 6 times now. So
get ready for an Xbox edition, So
yeah,
remaster for the Xbox.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was going to be quite this fast of a I wouldn't say an about face, but like a turnaround for the most part. And, it actually works out in the end. I think, considering how slow Sony has been releasing titles, well, then again, comparing the cadence of Xbox to PlayStation this year and last year might be a little unfair to some extent, but it just feels like what better way for them until they have some of their own titles readily available, for 2026 or whatever, that they at least make some extra money off of the stuff that this just either sitting collecting dust or has already been remastered a couple of times. So it makes sense.
Yeah,
didn't think it was this fast.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think is gonna be first, Fuzz? Like, what do you think the first non-games of service game will be that comes over?
That's a tough one. If they were playing by Microsoft's handbook right now, I would say Ghost of Tsushima should be first, because then that might also spark some interest for Ghost of Yotai.
Mm-hmm.
It's already past the window for the Last of Us series until season 3 kicks in. So I would say that one would have made sense if it wasn't for the around the corner release for Yotai or Yotei. But I don't know. I think Ghost of Tsushima is the one that they picked just so the marketing kind of generates its own buzz to some extent and gets people interested in the Ghost series as a whole.
Knowing PlayStation will probably be fucking Horizon.
Probably. Herman Holtz, I'd like to introduce my favorite series to Xbox.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
I wonder when he gets his retirement cookie.
Either that or The Last of Us, because they've ran out of ways to resell it at this point. So I think
that was my point.
Yeah, I think that's like the only. Hey, we got another way to resell The Last of Us again, and then maybe announce like an Xbox and a Switch version at the same time or some shit like that. What do you think's first, Pong? And are you surprised this soon?
Am I surprised about this soon? No, I'm not. I'm not surprised, because I think, again, I mean, do I think it's the whole slate? I don't think it's the whole slate, right?
Yeah.
I talked about this on Saturday with Steel. I don't. We're not there. Like, again, everybody run with whole slate. I know it's kind of a jab to the to the other side. I get it.
That's a
right?
joke.
But there are
I
some
think more so than
yeah,
anything.
but there are some people who believe it's going to be the whole slate. Like I do think there are some people, and I don't see that yet. Right? Again, we're not even on day and date on PC, and like I said, next generation, it might not even freaking matter if Xbox does this hybrid system with Steam. PlayStation's just going to look at it and be like, okay, well, they can go buy it on Steam. It's no big deal. We'll put our games on PC like normal, and if the Xbox players want to buy it on their Steam, on their Xbox that plays Steam, that has access to the Steam store, great. Go buy it there. We don't care. But I think for the time being, I think my guesses were, I think they put Spider-Man 2018. I really do. I think that they know, like, if you're just looking at it from pure money standpoint, okay, just money, which is what at that point you're looking at doing, is cashing in on some IP that, yes, it does build identity for your ecosystem. This is where exclusivity, I still think, has value. It does have an identity over there. However, Spider-Man 2018 itself is not selling consoles. It's not selling PlayStations anymore. Okay, it's done. It's been on PC. It's been like that. Going to Xbox and Switch would be a cheap ass port to do by now, and get it up and running on the Xbox X and Series S, and then the Switch 2, easy peasy. And you can just cash in. Again, do I think it's going to be 5 million sales? No, I don't think it necessarily will be 5 million more sales. But if they get 500,000, if they get 1 million more sales, if they get 1.5 million sales out of putting Spider-Man 2018 on Switch 2 and Xbox Series X and S, why not? It's free money. Again, it's not just Hiroki. It's Shuhei that came out while he was giving up all the juicy details about the inside when he finally left. He said it himself. He told everybody the ports, the remakes, the remasters, that's just print money for Sony. That doesn't take a lot of time, resources, or anything, and it just prints extra money. It doesn't matter. Everybody wants to argue, oh, what are you going to get? You're going to get like, a couple 100,000 sales, a couple, 500,000 sales. Well, listen, if you're Herman Hulst and you're Hiroki Totoki and you're just looking for quick cash, it doesn't matter the amounts. That's extra cash you didn't have and never would have on a IP, specifically 2018, that is dead. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to be useful anymore to you. So why not wring every little dime out of it that you can? And for Herman, since everybody says, oh, believe Herman, out of all the CEOs out there, everybody still wants to say, oh, believe Herman. Okay, well, Herman's told you guys that their whole plan for PC is to entice people to buy a PlayStation 5, right? That's their whole, that's why they don't do day and date. That's why they wait. But they're hoping the FOMO will get you on the sequel game, like a Ghost of Tsushima for Ghost of Yote. They're hoping, and they must see some type of return. I still can't believe it's that many people, but why would they not take that same look at the Xbox community and at the Switch community? Why would they not think to themselves with that kind of thought process? And again, these are people who don't have small egos. This is PlayStation. Why would they not think that they could also entice some Xbox players or Switch players to also add a PlayStation 5 that they might not have in their home by giving them a taste of some old IP in Spider-Man, God of War, right? They could do that. Last of Us, like you said, Mav, for sure, that's on the list. I think those IP right there from the end of the PlayStation 4 generation, and Fuzzy brought up Ghost of Tsushima too, I could see it. Makes a lot of sense, man. But I think personally, Spider-Man, instant money. People would rebuy it. Even some of their PlayStation fans who own a Switch 2 or have an Xbox sitting there with extra PlayStation would go through to get the achievements or just a double dip over on Switch to have it on handheld. Easy money right there. I think Spider-Man's an easy one.
I think, and just in general, like, if you're making single player games, right?
Yeah.
And they cost these hundreds of millions of dollars to make. You, at this point, with how long these games take to make and how much they cost to make, you have to basically do what PlayStation's doing with this stuff in order to have any kind of pipeline or reoccurring first party revenue from their software sales. Like, Microsoft and Xbox, they have a lot of these games and service games that continuously, generate income. Plus, also they have a lot of new releases as well. PlayStation doesn't have a lot of that stuff. They have Helldivers 2, which they're bringing more places. They've had Destiny, and now, Marathon will be a thing. But like, okay, so how many big time single player franchises have they launched this generation? I mean, it's been a handful of their big tentpole ones that they praise as being what PlayStation's about. And if that's what you're about and that's what you're selling for your platform and that's what you want to keep doing, like you have to figure out ways to sell more copies of those games continuously for years after they release. Because I think beforehand they had a better cadence of releases, but that cadence is pretty much gone now. Like we've had I think 1 year they had Horizon and God of War in the same year, and that was probably their best year, right? As far as big releases go. But other than that, they've had like Death Stranding 2 was this year, which was a pretty big one. I mean, Ghost of Yotei will be a really big title, but there's not like this hey, this massive roadmap of games to look forward to. And when Shuhei was talking about in that interview after he left, that if PlayStation gamers want to see those titles continue, then they better buy these remasters and remakes and all this other kind of shit, right? Well, I'll tell you, if PlayStation guys want to see these PlayStation franchises continue, they better hope that PC players and Xbox players buy these fucking games too. Because ultimately, I think that's what PlayStation is biting the bullet here and deciding that is needed for their expansion and growth of their ecosystem. Because just selling the consoles is not enough. I mean, you see the top 10 lists every single month on Circana or whatever. I mean, there's a couple of PlayStation games there, but it's dominated mostly by third party, and it's well dominated by Xbox games right now. So their games just aren't selling.
Well, I mean, everyone in the industry is also fighting the fact that now games cost $700 million for some reason to make, and
Right.
it takes 7 years.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying,
So-
Jasper. Like, they're gonna have to, in order to justify making that game, like, and spending another 7 years of development at that studio, they want to keep selling the same game over and over and over again, right? Or to at least more people. Like, I think just the PlayStation fan base in and of itself, for the console owners, just isn't enough for them anymore, right? I mean, $700 million is what you said, like 7 years. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
sad.
I
It
was
seems
just
like
making that up. But
that's not outrageous, bro. I mean, we know Halo Infinite costs $500 million. I think Final Fantasy 16 was it that came out from Square cost like $600 or $700 million to make, some shit like that. Like, and that was only on PlayStation when it launched. I mean, it's pretty fucking crazy, the budgets and the amount of time that it takes for these games. And like, I think that's just what they're seeing is like, we're shooting ourselves in the foot by not releasing games in as many places as that these games can be played, right? Like, if a game's capable of running on a fucking system or platform, I think eventually it'll go there. Now, they'll still, I think you're probably in line with this too, Jasper, that there's going to be at least a time frame of exclusivity on PlayStation for the big tentpole franchises. Like, I think they'll launch first on PlayStation and then maybe PC for some of them day and date eventually, and then Xbox or whatever with a port, maybe Switch with a port if it's capable. But I don't think anything's off the table. Like,
yeah, I mean,
no red lines.
especially-
Remember that? Remember the fucking no red lines from Phil? And everybody was like, "Oh, no red lines! Holy shit! That means anything can happen. Like Gears of War can go to fucking a PlayStation." Are there any red lines for PlayStation?
At this
After
point, I
what?
don't know. Especially like I could see them since they're like redoing God of War at this point. Like God of War this is gonna be its third identity. Like at this point is like, is it still a PlayStation identity if they're gonna keep changing it over and over again? Like just redo it and then send it to new people at this point for the next generation, because that's be up in 2 years whenever this new God of War comes out, which has kind of been their face of their PlayStation for the last like 10 years at least, since PlayStation 4. So I don't know.
Right. Alvin in the chat, or not Alvin, so sorry, Cybergunner in the chat said, what's the percentage Sony keeps by selling games on Xbox? Remember when everybody was making a big deal that Xbox still only gets 70% from the PlayStation Store? Like, it's gonna be the same thing. Like, it's just static. This is kind of the way the industry works now, you know. But yeah, exclusivity is going. Pong, is there any red lines? Is there red lines?
Yeah.
Like,
For
I mean,
PlayStation, yes.
I mean, as far as like franchises go.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're.
So you don't think
I mean,
we'll ever see a God of War game on Xbox?
No, I can't say that. I can't say that. I think there's red lines as far as timetables go.
Yeah,
as
for
far
sure.
as how old they are.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think that there's any of them that would never come? No, because I believe if there was ever going to be a red line, it'd be Spider-Man. Okay, but I obviously believe that that's not the case. That's why I think it would be the easy money maker for them. That's the one that I believe would probably be the red line because it's the
They
most...
also lose a shit
Yeah.
ton because of the Disney deal with that too. So
Correct,
Mhm.
exactly, because they have to pay out the licensing
Yeah.
fees for all the Spider-Man games. But you know, if they were going to hold one, that would probably. I mean, I don't know if it's really a red. Would they ever put Gran Turismo on Xbox?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Maybe.
Nah.
Probably not.
I mean, if they don't,
Probably
they would
not.
If they're not putting it on PC, they won't put it on Xbox. Like they would
yeah,
definitely go
that's
to
what I'm
PC
saying.
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
is
just-
that
but
more of like a
is that really a
decision?
red line or is
No.
it polyphony?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's just more of the franchise. I don't think that's a red line. Like I said, if there was one, it'd be Spider-Man that I would say absolutely they'd hold on to because it's their biggest seller on that system. And it's the one that's probably pushed PlayStation the most since PS4 is that Spider-Man game. Listen, it's one of the biggest IP in the world. Again, it's one of the most well-known characters. If they were going to hold one, that would be the one. Do I think like God of War or Last of Us, like they're in this day and age when they're not competing, obviously they don't think that they're competing one for one with Xbox anymore, that those would be red lines at this point? No. Again, older ones, no. Newer ones, yes. I think that there's still that, but I don't think there really is for PlayStation. There's not that one title that just, oh my God, we're never going to give that up. Really? Why? What? I mean, honestly, I don't see it.
Yeah, and the reason I'm asking these questions because this is this big stuff that everybody made a big deal about with Xbox in 2024. You know.
Also, like, I mean, with this job posting, it may not just be like old games coming over. This could be like their plan for the next generation because that will be in like 2 years at least. So maybe we start seeing them develop that plan now for the next generation because Xbox will have a new console, PlayStation will have a new console, and then they'll double dip in.
Like I said, it might not even matter, Jasper, at that point again, if Xbox opens up the stores, because then they'll just say, yeah, you guys can go ahead and buy the Steam. That's cool. Don't worry about it. We're going to continue to port our games. Like it's one less port for them to have, but they'll have a whole audience in the new Xbox owners that have access to it. Now, again, that's why I still think that there's possibility that the older titles still come over to try to capture a piece of the 30 to 40 million Xbox customers that they still have, you know, their series consoles. I still think that some of the older stuff might come over, but anything after that, I just think that, you know, they'll just say, yeah, go ahead, buy your new Xbox and pick it up on Steam if you want to. That's cool. We don't care. Again, for all the people who are out here screaming and yelling, oh, Sony's going to block it, PlayStation's going to block, you're never going to see those games come. If they can get them on Steam and Xbox does that, they're not going to get them. They're just going to block them. Come on, God. This is money. Again, PlayStation, yes, they are different. They're not going to flip the switch. They're not going to do what Xbox did. They can't. But at the end of the day, they are in control by the shareholders. by Sony Corp. Hiroki Totoki was the CFO of freaking Sony Corp. He is now the CEO of Sony Corp. He is directly responsible to the shareholders. Of course, they're going to look for extra pockets of money. Of course they are. Come on. Shit ain't rocket science.
I think it's funny that a lot of people have been trying to downplay it as far as it's just the same thing they've been doing, you know?
It's goalpost moving every single time.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have to hire a whole team for this. Like, it's the actual title of or description of the job is you will play a critical leadership role in shaping and executing the global commercial strategy for PlayStation Studio software titles across all digital platforms beyond PlayStation hardware, including Steam, Epic Games Store, Xbox, Nintendo, and mobile. This role is accountable for optimizing title profitability, ensuring cross-functional alignment, and leading this is the key one for me that says it's not the same shit, right? And leading a higher-performing team focused on multi-platform expansion, mid-range commercial planning, and platform partner management. So, like that line right there, leading a higher-performing team focused on multi-platform expansion. That pretty much just tells you all you need to know.
Yep.
Right? Like, expansion means beyond what they are already doing. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an expansion of what they're doing. Like, it's just, that's why the whole point of this, it's not just a job, they're hiring a fucking multi-platform team of leaders to expand PlayStation to become a multi-platform publisher. Now, what does that necessarily mean exactly? We don't know yet, but we'll eventually find out with the announcements of the releases. Like I said before, my guess is you'll have the big tentpole games launch exclusively on PlayStation and maybe eventually PC date at first, and then get ports to other platforms maybe a year or two down the line or something like that. And kind of goes in line with somewhat of what they're doing now, except I think this is single player games. I think this is any franchise, you know, that anything they want to maximize the profitability of, especially the ones that cost the most to make. And that's why I think the whole Red Lines thing is like, because I see somebody like, no, God of War will never, you know, Horizon will never, or whatever. Those are the ones that they need to do it to the most. That's the whole point, I think, of this, because those are the ones that cost the most to make. Those are the ones that are going to take 7 years to make. Like, after Intergalactic launches, right? I don't think it'll be, probably be a year, maybe two, before it hits Xbox after it launches. If that long, I don't know. We'll see. Who knows by that point, when these games start launching down in 2028, 2029, things have been moving really fucking fast the last couple years in this industry, and how these companies have been changing. And if you ask me in 2028, the same question, it could be like, yeah, we expect everything day and date. Who knows? We could be saying that then. Right now, I would say no. But man, would we ever be thought at the beginning of this generation we'd be talking about all this shit we've been talking about in the last couple years? I mean, would, like Matt Piscatella said on that Circana report, of the 6 of the top 10 franchises sold in the last quarter on PlayStation, say Microsoft publishing on it? Would we ever thought we would see that at the beginning of this generation? I mean,
oh no, I was gonna
this
say
is all crazy, man.
Just think 2020. Had somebody told us that mid-gen, or what we used to consider mid-gen, that again 6 out of the 10 for Xbox, like, no, we would have gone, holy shit, where did things go completely sideways? What happened? What happened? That's going on. You know, that Sony, first of all, doesn't really have any first party titles selling, and number two, that Xbox has got 6 out of the 10. What did they do? Like, yeah, you're right, man. It'd be completely nuts. Nobody thought that this is the way things were going to go in the beginning of the generation. We all said this was going to be, a lot of us said, I should say, not all, but a lot of us were talking, man, we can go back to, especially our conversations way back, A lot of us said this was going to be the generation that really set the future for the games industry. And that's
Yeah,
legit
that's
what's
true,
happening right now.
100%,
Yeah. Like it's the change. Yeah, complete change, man. It's crazy. It's wild.
Silent Cipher, shout out to you. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the 5 gifted fun speculation memberships. You rock. Choo choo, motherfuckers.
Choo choo,
Thank you all.
motherfucker.
Hey, PlayStation guys are saying choo choo, motherfuckers a lot too lately because of the Indiana Jones that they're all playing as well. Choo choo. Silent Cipher, again, appreciate you, bro. Always appreciate the support. Congrats to anybody who got one of those free gifted memberships from Silent Cipher. And shout out to Alvin, hit us with another $2 super chat. And Alvin says a $325,000 position to port old games. Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, it could be justified depending on how much money they make on those old games, for sure, right? I mean, you could have, Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War, Spider-Man, like all these different ones launch, and you're making a lot of money there. So,
and think about it too. It's that position is to determine a strategy going forward. That's going to include PC games coming sooner, right, than later, potentially, right? Lining that up, right, and making sure that maybe a game like Gran Turismo does finally hit PC and capture a piece of that pie as well. That's what that's going to be for. I'm sure they're probably going to be responsible for either growing Nixus out or going and finding another Nixus, or developing another in-house Nixus to start porting more games faster to all of these devices, including now the Switch as well. So I think there's going to be a lot more to that position than just, what's coming to Xbox or what's not coming to Xbox, etc. I think there's a lot that they're going to determine. That position is going to determine the future of how Sony starts to evolve more into this new model. And I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. Brett Bingham hit us with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Brett. Says, I got news for the ponies. That virtuous partnership is for multi-platform ports and or remasters. How do you say that? Artas Vadam? Didn't you hear? Your world is doomed. And then Mac 22TH54 with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Says Mav and Fuzzy, I think. When do you think we get only 4 games moment, or has it already happened? Pong, I don't mean to exclude you, but hashtag whole slate.
It's fine with me.
Pong, you're excluded. It's just me and Fuzzy.
That's totally cool. I'm good.
So yeah, Fuzzy first. Do you think we'll get that 4 games moment? Only 4 games, or has it already happened with that email?
I think it already happened when it was Helldivers 2. Like people said that was never going to happen, and immediately after, like they were saying, oh, that they won't do any more. Sony hasn't come out and said anything other than putting that job position listing, and yeah, that's your 4 games moment. It's already past that point. I mean, I would say that business update for Sony happened when Hiroki Totoki said something to this like over a year ago. Didn't specifically name Xbox. He just said that they were expanding beyond the PlayStation console or something along those lines. And a lot of people just wrote that off as, oh, that means mobile and PC. Apparently, no, that wasn't the intention. Or maybe it was at the minute, but that was their business meeting when they talked about it like over a year ago. So, yeah.
PlayStation handles messaging a lot different than Xbox, in the sense that they usually don't say shit. When they do say stuff, they only say what they know the PlayStation fans want to hear, and then they just do whatever the fuck they want. So the messaging will be carefully chosen from them. They will use things like, oh, we're still focused on the same PlayStation you know and love, or like the making the experiences that you can only get and then they'll probably change the wording slightly, made by PlayStation instead of only on PlayStation, or something like that. And then they'll, they'll just tweak a little bit of their messaging to where they hope that like nobody notices really, but it'll be like, PlayStation is all about these story-based action adventure games that that PlayStation can only do, and that's what we're all about. And you're gonna need a PlayStation to experience it at its best, or something like that. Is probably what they'll say.
Mhm.
And then they'll say only on PlayStation probably, and then because they're gonna launch them probably only on PlayStation at first, and then they'll end up porting them over. I remember at the beginning of this generation, they said that Ratchet and Clank was only capable of running on a PlayStation, right? Like they said the same thing about what the fuck, the Randy Pitchford Gearbox game at the beginning of the generation that ended up going everywhere as well. I mean, their messaging is going to be specifically tailored to make the PlayStation fan base feel special, and then they're going to just do what's best for their business. That's what they've done the whole time this generation anyway, right? They've been saying one thing, and then they've been completely doing another. They said what PlayStation is about is a single player experiences. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, they were kicking off 12 live service games and pretty much making all of their studios make those instead. And then they canceled all of them, and now they're releasing maybe one big game a year, right? As far as from their actual studios. And they're saying this is what PlayStation's all about still. You know what I mean? Like it's interesting how they handle the messaging, but their fans eat it up, and they will continue to do the same thing. Meanwhile, launching the games in other places. I'm surprised they responded to that email from that fan.
They probably had the 5-star support thing that was going to end soon, so they're like, "Well, we got to reply to this guy."
But the even that email was just like, "Yeah, we hear you and we appreciate your concern, and we're like,
bullshit.
Yeah, we're just still focused on delivering the best player experience possible, or whatever." Like it really, what they say doesn't fucking matter. What these companies, what Xbox says doesn't fucking matter. Clearly.
No.
Like what these companies say one month or 1 year ago, 6 months ago, 3 weeks ago, doesn't fucking matter for the decisions that they're making today. Because as we've learned, especially in this industry, this generation, things are moving fast. And I'll say that that's been the theme for the last couple years, especially after Xbox announced the Activision acquisition. It seems like the future of gaming has been accelerated. And that was started with Xbox deciding which directions they were going to go after that acquisition was announced, and now PlayStation. Like Fuzzy was saying, sooner than he thought. Right? This is like we talked about with Xbox when they started doing this stuff. It was sooner than we thought. All of them are doing this stuff sooner than we thought. And but that's the future of gaming. It just seems like they're just getting kind of ramped up and lined up for it. But yeah, I don't think they'll sit on stage and have like a Herman Holst and Hiroki Totoki sitting down doing a fake podcast answering questions and be like, "Hey everybody, it's only 4 games. Don't worry. Don't worry, it's nothing to see here. We're going to start with this and see how it goes." I don't think you're going to see that. They'll just lie straight to your face and then just do what they want behind the scenes. So it's pretty much what's going to happen. All right, let's see. Dorian James says, so could a majority of the games that they're looking at possibly be third party? One such as Stellar Blade and Rise of the Ronin? I think those are kind of out of their hands in general. A lot of them, because I think a lot of their deals are either timed or temporary. Like we saw the original Death Stranding eventually got pushed to PC and Xbox.
Or like Stellar Blade, they don't own the IP.
Yeah, exactly.
So they might have helped fund it, but that they don't own the IP. So
it might have like a
that's the
2-year
difference.
window, and then eventually at their another publisher may be able to put it in other places. Who knows? But it seems like on a lot of the third party games, that's kind of what they did is deals like that, or behind the scenes kind of deals without knowing too much. It's like they just wanted to be able to put their PlayStation branding and have a window of exclusivity on those games where it didn't cost them too much. It's not like they just outright bought the studios and franchises, right? Similar to what Xbox has done with some third party things from Microsoft Global Publishing as well, because you'll see some games that are like third party deal things and they're exclusive for a couple years, and later you'll see it being put on another platform that's from not even from Microsoft but a different publisher, right? So yeah, it's interesting. I expect Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin, games like that eventually to be other places.
Makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, I still think Astrobot might be that last holdout for them. Only because I don't think it will get the traction it would need over at on the Switch. Just because the Nintendo base would probably be, oh, this is a knockoff of Mario, and it probably won't go over as well. Not saying it'll do like Horizon Lego numbers, but it probably won't do anywhere near as well. Although it looks like it'd be a perfect for Switch type of game, but it will feel like a knockoff, and I don't think the Nintendo fans will appreciate it. But like Gran Turismo is the other one, just because, and I don't know if it's that they wouldn't want it to. It's just polyphony is so slow, and I think that's. I mean, I've heard rumors that they canceled the PC port, but that just doesn't make sense to me. And if they're worried about the integrity of the online racing, they could easily fix that and have it where they keep all of the controls on the server side, where they would have complete control and make sure that nobody's modifying any I guess gameplay or anything along those lines. But those are the two last holdouts. I think those will probably, if they ever come, they'll probably take the longest, but I don't know.
Yeah, man. What game do I think will be first? I think it'll be The Last of Us. Now would that also set the PlayStation community on fire if The Last of Us, their golden child?
Yes.
Yeah.
But like,
there will be people
Take your
throwing
pick.
their PlayStation out the window. I mean, it was bad
they'll
enough
freak out
when.
about Horizon.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm talking about first is I'm not counting like the smaller game. I'm talking about out of their tentpole franchises, right? Of their like A-list, like, hey, these are our big time games. Which one of those will be first? And those that one I think would be The Last of Us, just because they have shown no mercy and relentlessness with trying to figure out ways to re-release that game and those games. And there's only a couple avenues left to do that, right? And maximizing the value on that. Plus, it has the show. I think they're trying to launch it into like a bigger brand. It's already has the PC ports. Like it would be easier for them to probably move it over than a lot of the other games too at this point. So
And they're still working on that multiplayer one, or that games as a service version. So that might be the jump off before the games as a service. So that way, Xbox will be familiar with the background story, and hopefully the multiplayer will make sense tying into that universe, kind of thing.
yeah, I don't know. It'll be crazy no matter what. When we start seeing that, but it's happening, everybody. It's happening. We'll see it at some point. We'll see some, and who knows which ones first. Alvin says they're whoring the hell out of that franchise lately, even releasing the script for sale for like $70. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, that's my thing. It's like out of every franchise that are trying to propel into a bigger stratosphere, it's been The Last of Us is the one that they've been pushing the hardest. for their own franchises that they own. So that's why I think it could be possible, but we'll see. Anyway, all right. Do we think that the Xbox sales on PlayStation affected this decision? Like how
No,
successful
I think
they're
this was
doing?
already in the works.
Was already?
Yeah, I think they already, because I think they experimented with the Lego Horizon game. So, and they've been experimenting with putting stuff on PC. So I don't think that Xbox doing this move necessarily changed anything for them. I think that they were already heading down this path.
It's interesting. Remember a couple years ago we talked about leverage and the whole Trojan horse element that Xbox has, where like who holds more power, right? Is it the publishers or the platform holder? Because if you're the number one selling thing on a platform, which 60% of the top 10 selling things on PlayStation are now owned by Microsoft. And we talked about this. You can go back. It's like right after the Activision acquisition, talking about Call of Duty and all this kind of stuff, about owning the most popular franchises and the most popular games that are going to be bought and owned on that storefront. How much leverage and how much power does that give you as a platform holder, right? As a publisher, who would be more screwed? Would Microsoft be more screwed if they decided to stop selling all of their franchises on PlayStation? Or would PlayStation be more screwed if 6 out of their top 10 list every month it stops being sold on their storefront? Like, who holds the leverage? Who holds the leverage there? Because like it's a partnership, right? Like they're both benefiting from it. But when it comes to like negotiations and stuff like that with publishers and partners and everything, like somebody holds an upper hand. And I would think if you're like, think of it if you're like think of it if you're like a grocery store chain and like Hershey's decides to fucking pull out. Like, oh, that would suck, right? Like that's our top seller is all the Hershey products or whatever. Or like Coke. Let's say Coke decides they want to stop fucking selling shit at your store. Like, you may be the most popular chain, but will you still be if the most popular products at your chain decide to stop going there? I don't think obviously it's going to happen, but like I don't think Xbox is going to decide
that was
not
the
to.
argument. But that was the argument, man.
Right.
If they pulled Call of Duty, right? That was the whole argument behind the court
exactly
case. If they pulled Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty being one of the biggest franchises in the entire world, yes, that would have hurt. If they pulled Doom from PlayStation, would that necessarily have killed PlayStation? No. It wouldn't necessarily have done that, right? If the next Elder Scrolls didn't show up on PlayStation, would it have hurt? Would it have stopped people from buying PlayStation? Probably not. Could it have enticed more people to buy an Xbox? Yes. That was the argument we always made. But yeah, I think that if you're talking about in totality, like if Xbox were to wake up tomorrow and be like, yeah, we're going full exclusive, we're going reverse course, everything is coming to Xbox only, and they pulled Call of Duty off of PlayStation, would that hurt? Yes, that would absolutely hurt. So in that scenario, you got to say Xbox has the upper hand, but since that's a card that they're never going to play, it really doesn't.
Right, but when it comes to partnerships, the more money you're making your partner, the more favorable usually they're going to treat you. Right?
If they don't find you to be a competitor, of course.
Right.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Microsoft is making PlayStation right now more money than any other publisher on their platform.
And I think that's why those walls are starting to come down.
Right.
Right.
That's my point.
That's why we got Helldivers 2. I think that's why we got Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's my point. Like I think that like just the partnership there is more, they need each other more than ever. Right? And Microsoft put them in that themselves in that position by making those acquisitions. Right? And they need them, they need each other more than ever. And at this point, what does it hurt PlayStation to put games on Xbox as well? I mean, they're already making so much more money than they were before because Xbox games are on PlayStation. So if they lose a little bit of console sales, which they were maybe paranoid about, or their fans being butthurt about it, like, it's way offset by the amount of Microsoft games that are on PlayStation at this point, that are in their top 10 list every fucking month. You know, like, I just think that partnership has an effect on all of this. And I think remember when Xbox was deciding to do this, right? And all that kind of stuff, where we were making the argument a lot of their franchises were going to be multi-platform anyway, because, you know, a lot of them were, you know, Call of Duty and all these other kind of things. Like Doom was originally multi-platform, right? So it's not surprising for a lot of these games that were going multi-platform, but it's surprising for like the Forzas and all that kind of stuff. But I think once Forza went and that became like the top seller for the year so far, but maybe Elden Ring Night Rain has surpassed it at this point. I'm not sure, but once that happened, it's like, okay, now they got another one that's in the top 10. Then they'll have another one, and then they'll have another one, right? And it's that every single release that they have, that partnership is even stronger. And I think they need each other now. They needed each other before as competitors for the industry, but now they actually need each other as partners. So yeah, enjoy the PlayStation games on Xbox because they're coming.
Mhm.
They're frenemies.
I think part of it,
Yeah.
well, I think part of it is with PlayStation not having as many games ready. Like, if you compare it to like the PS4 era, where they seem to have 2 or 3 each year that were from first party, along with their, you know, money hatted deals, it'd be a different story. But nowadays, with them, you know, basically just having MLB and maybe one other title, it's almost like Microsoft is at the perfect point at the perfect time to do this type of strategy, and it makes PlayStation somewhat reliant on them because of it. Like, I think if this had been an era where, let's say, PlayStation was a little bit better prepared this generation to release, you know, 3 or 4 titles from their first party this gen, it might be a little different. But then again, considering how many titles are doing well from Xbox over there, like, we're not even seeing some of their remasters, which generally the fan base seem to take to very well, but they're not even charting. Like, the only thing that charted was MLB, and that's the one annual title that they have that's kind of a games as a service kind of deal to some extent. But yeah, it just, yeah, PlayStation is caught in a I wouldn't say a desperate position, but definitely in a less, they have a lot less leverage this go around, and especially after closing, what was it, Firewalk and a couple other studios and canceling all those games. They wouldn't say they're hurting for money because they're still doing well in their services and stuff like that, but that financial hit from all of those cancellations probably also helps influence them bringing those walls down to some extent, especially when, like, I guess you could say, Phil said this a while ago in one of the interviews, where you can either monetize your current customer base or you can find another customer base. Phil took the approach of finding another customer base because, not that he had maxed out the Xbox customer base, but it wasn't growing that much beyond, like, PC isn't, like, as far as subscriptions it's growing, but as far as end users, it's within their normal, I guess, wheelhouse of numbers that they expect. But if you monetize or players that are on other platforms, that's where you get growth. And I guess Sony's kind of seeing that as well, because even though PS5 is selling well, the attachment rate, which I know a lot of people don't like to talk about, especially when you compare to Nintendo, their attachment rate this generation doesn't seem to be anywhere near what it was compared to PS4 for even their tent poles. Like God of War didn't do the same numbers it did for 2018. Spider-Man 2 didn't do the same numbers it did in 2018 as well. So it's like, yeah, they're going to have to find end users outside of their walled garden. So
Yeah. Crazy, man. Why don't they just announce the Xbox, PlayStation, or the next gen, and we'll all be happy? Or the Sony Xbox. I don't think that actually don't think that'd make a lot of people happy. That'd actually piss a lot of people off. Well, that's pretty much what we're getting with the Xbox anyway. It's going to be able to play fucking everything, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, at some point, Asus or Lenovo needs to make a all-in-one unit. Like I've seen other tech influencers try to combine a Series X and a PS5 into one box, but somebody like one of these third-party companies needs to give it a try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was an interesting thing too I saw about Xbox changing the message wording a little bit, where it's like instead of just Xbox PC, it's Xbox on PC. I don't know if you guys saw that, which is a little interesting thing because I think the Xbox on PC lends more to the messaging of the console experience on PC, right? As opposed to just this is PC gaming. At least that's the way I look at it. You know, they're trying to make the Xbox its own experience, and that hey, this is on Xbox, this is on PC, this is the Xbox experience. It's traditional console or whatever. So, am I looking too much into that? You think, Pong?
No, I think that they're being indecisive, obviously, and I think they're trying to figure out what wording is going to work. We've seen this before with Xbox kind of messing with things and trying to figure out how they were going to word something. So I think they're trying to figure out a better way to just make sure that everybody understands, because that's been a crucial part of a lot of what they've been trying to do, especially with as many changes that they've gone through, is getting the messaging across to everybody so that people can understand it, what that means. And again, we all here in this community think it's very easy because we're engrossed in this stuff. Like we hear it all the time. Like we totally get the difference between PC Game Pass and regular Game Pass, or Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate, like all that kind of stuff. But for them trying to sell this new model, right? This new ecosystem that they're going for, all in one, I think they're trying to figure out what's going to work best for each kind of, each position that they're in, right? Which is a lot. They're on PC, they're on TVs, they're on mobile, they're on tablets, they're on console, they're on everything, on handhelds. So they're trying to figure out what's going to work best for everything. So I think that that's probably what they're going through right now, is trying to figure out what's best. Xbox PC, Xbox on PC. Like, is Xbox PC going to be confusing? Like, does everybody think they're going to buy an Xbox PC at that point? Right? And when they go to the store, they're going to be like, I want that Xbox PC. And everybody's going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Right? Or are they going to, so does Xbox on PC make it more clear that you're playing Xbox on the PC? Again, to us, it sounds stupid, but to the general public, I think that's what they're trying to figure out.
It's crazy, like how I wonder how many like meetings and debates they've had over this, and like just, it has to be Xbox money and time PC,
they've wasted.
Yeah. We spent $100 million on market research for this decision. Xbox on PC or Xbox PC? Which one would you choose, Jasper?
Xbox PC or Xbox on PC?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox on PC.
Yeah. I like it more too. Me and Kate were having the debate about the thumbnail earlier in the car. It was the same debate. I wanted to go a little bit more clickbaity, and Kate was like, we need to have the messaging more clear. And I said Xbox. Okay, originally it was Xbox dominates on PlayStation, right? Right. Yeah, that's what she ended up winning because she wanted it to be more clear. I wanted to be more clickbaity and just have it say Xbox dominates PlayStation. So it's the same thing.
Kind of.
Xbox dominates PlayStation or Xbox dominates on PlayStation.
On PlayStation.
On PlayStation?
Yeah.
Who agrees with me?
Yes.
Everybody agrees with you. It means the same thing either way. It does.
Yeah, but if you went with Xbox dominates PlayStation,
you're talking about like just the Xbox system. You want to make it fucking clear that Xbox is dominating on PlayStation.
Right.
Because that's gonna piss fanboys off more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Good console sales."
Yeah.
They're not beating them in console sales. So.
They were already pissed off enough when I just told them that they don't have the right to shit on Xbox games anymore. That's just all it took. So you think Xbox on PC? Yeah. Okay. What do you guys think in the chat? He says Xbox pummels PlayStation Storefront. We should do this. What should the thumbnail have been for this week's episode? Like the name as a poll. y'all all agree with that with Kate. I mean, they're the number one fucking publisher in gaming right now, right? Number one publisher, like Satya Nadella said, like that quarter, the number one publisher on PlayStation. Almost $5 billion in revenue from Game Pass. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah.
Man, it just seems like a month ago, everybody was saying that Game Pass is not sustainable. I don't know. I get so confused. It seems like every week it's, if there's anything negative that comes out, Xbox is the worst thing ever. And then something positive comes out or something like this, and it's like, well, it's actually the biggest growth thing in the industry, it seems like, and helping sustain the industry. So, man, looking at that top 10 list of PlayStation games for the last quarter, how much money would have PlayStation guys saved if they had Game Pass and an Xbox, Jasper?
What was there's 6 games, right? Each like
Minecraft was the cheapest one, probably $20.
Oh yeah. Was Elder Scrolls? Was that a full price game?
Oblivion is $50, I think.
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah.
50.
Okay,
Yeah,
so maybe
50.
like, I'm not doing the math in my head, but maybe like $400. I don't feel like doing that math because they're all fucking different prices.
And yeah, just remember, everybody, he's in charge of our satellites.
True.
60 times 6 would only be 360, so I think it's a little less than that. A little less than 400. So we're looking at $300 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
Around there, roughly.
Let's put it this way: a Game Pass subscription for the year is cheaper than what it would cost to buy those.
Yeah.
But hey, they want to own their games, even though they don't want to own PlayStation games. So, it is
Right.
what it is.
Yeah. I mean, do y'all think there is ever a gateway for a Game Pass subscription on a PlayStation console?
I don't know. A lot of the times, like when companies have tried to branch out their subscription services, like I know EA's tried to do it, like putting it on Steam and stuff. It doesn't seem to work as well. Like Ubisoft's also tried it. I just don't feel like they get the numbers that they think they would get. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It would definitely have to be curated to Xbox first party stuff only.
Right.
I guess like the Game Pass, was it Core, whatever it's called, right? Or they're like the lower tier where you get like 20 games or whatever.
I
Well,
think it
they
would be a
go full
new.
boat. It'd be a new version of Ultimate just without all the third party. Like Fuzzy said, it would be strictly curated for first party only, so it'd have its own place. PlayStation.
But I mean, even with that subscription, you're talking about 6 of the top 10 games this month. You know what I mean?
Right. Sure.
So that's a
Yeah.
pretty valuable.
Yeah, it is.
And then what's coming
And how-
soon? You know, you have a lot.
But
still
again,
coming,
what
like-
where it comes into play is how much you pay. I mean, what is PlayStation would ask for an exorbitant percentage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they'd look at those sales charts and say, okay, but we're taking 30% out of 6 out of the 10 top games on our store right now, right? Just as this month as an example.
Mhm.
Like they would require a lot back to put something potentially that's going to take that away, because now they're getting used to that 30%. Well, again, most of those games they already had, so they already knew kind of where that was. But you add something like Forza Horizon, which has been a massive seller. Obviously they're going to start seeing that money pour into the coffers, and you want to throw Game Pass on there and potentially take that away. I mean, how much per subscription are you going to have to actually give them? That would be my only question, whether or not they would ever do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like how many subs, and plus it's also like they don't want people to unsubscribe from PlayStation Plus Extra.
Does Microsoft want to?
Well, they said before they would. But
now, like they're seeing the sales now,
right? Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
straight sales now. They're getting 70%. Like, CFOs, the money people in charge right now, I don't know if they'd want to see Game Pass go over there now. They'd be like, hell no, we're having huge success over there.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought, because what about on Nintendo? I don't know if there would
possibly see it.
I don't know if there'd be enough games.
Nintendo ain't doing shit.
I mean, they would have to really focus on like their 360 and original Xbox games for that service. Because the newer stuff, I don't know how much of the newer stuff would work on a Switch 2 at this point.
What if, I mean, I guess Xbox is big enough now. Let me just throw this out here, right? Something like this, and Fuzzy, you just gave me the idea by what you just said, right? Xbox is working on that AI to basically make older games work on anything, right? Emulation style, right? That's what their goal is. Even games that haven't been ported or aren't available on newer systems because they just don't work, AI is going to fix it, right? Once they come up with a retro arcade subscription service like we saw with the big, what's the one that they just added to Game Pass? I forget the name of it all the damn time. That's got all the retro games on there. They now have a big enough library of first party stuff. Like they could create a retro arcade and offer that on Switch and PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
That would be something. Can you imagine if all of a sudden 360 games were playable on PlayStation? Like that you're right. Can you imagine?
Would be crazy, yeah.
That would be pretty dope, man. And I think that probably would sell. And I don't think that would be a threat to either ecosystem if they did like the Xbox Retro Arcade subscription service where it was just emulating and they just had this massive catalog of all their IP, which they own a ton of now. That would be pretty dope. That would be pretty dope. I think that might work. I want that now.
Yeah. Yeah, how much would you pay for that?
Well, I mean, it depends what's included. Obviously, I have to see what they include. But
what if it was I
would pay.
What if it was like the entirety of the 360 catalog and original Xbox catalog?
If they actually got that to go down with all.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, the licensing issues be damned. Like I don't expect there to be Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth 2. Or like.
I mean, I pay $20 a month to have access to a full catalog, to go back and play full catalog without having to buy discs and stuff. Yeah. And not having to have my 360 around anymore.
I don't know if I don't know if I would pay that much.
I would pay for 360 games. Let's say Xbox OG
Yeah,
games
but, like,
360 games.
They're still going to be a little dated, you know.
Yeah, I don't care. I think they're fun.
How
Get
much?
achievements, get everything, like all the stuff we haven't played.
How much would you pay, Jasper?
For every 360 game?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
besides
just-
the ones
just
that
go-
for
just
licensing
go with it.
issues.
And OG Xbox. Because if they get AI to work, Jasper, think that'll be 60 frames. They could have AI update them and bring the resolution up to as well with upscaling.
I would say I would probably pay $15 like every now and then. Like I would have it for a month and then cancel it because like
Sure, I can see that.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
want to like constantly just have that because like there's always new shit coming out.
Right.
So maybe like $15.
How much would you pay, Fuzzy? Fuzzy wouldn't pay anything. He's like, fuck that. Old games, no. Who plays old games?
There'd be plenty of people that probably would say that because they'd be like, "I'll just emulate it anyways." Who cares?
Yeah.
I just like the convenience factor for me is huge. Like if they did it right.
Yeah. I don't know if you know if you're even there, Fuzzy, but you're on mute if you are. But yeah, man. I don't know how much I don't know. Like I'm thinking $10.
Okay.
Cuz like how much like Nintendo kind of has something similar to that. It's not every fucking old game, but like for their service it's what
I don't do anything with them. Really, do they?
No, they don't. They still play like
No.
I mean they kind of play like shit, you know, honestly.
Right.
I think they play worse than what they did.
Yeah.
On the original
I mean,
system.
I'm giving the benefit of the doubt when I say that, Mav. Like, I'm thinking
Yeah.
what Microsoft's going for with this AI thing, because they would be able to upscale them, bring them the resolution up. They'd probably get the frame rates up. Like, they would have all. If this AI is going to work the way that they're saying, where it basically reprograms the games, like to work. Like, if they can do all that, then yeah. I mean, again, I think that's what I'm basing it on. Like, so the games would be. Think about all the games that we got from 360 that were boosted that just played like brand new games again.
Oh yeah.
Think about
man.
what AI could do to clean them up, bring up resolution. Like, yeah, I'd pay a pretty penny to go back and play some 360. Again, I might be like Jasper where I don't keep it like full time year round.
Yeah.
But there would certainly be months where I pay for that. For sure. That'd be dope.
Chat, how much would you guys pay? How much put in the chat, how much would you pay for a back catalog retro subscription service playable on for Xbox games playable on other devices also, every device? How much would you pay for retro Xbox, the subscription? What about you, Fuzz?
I'm thinking, like with Nintendo at least, have it included in their upper tier annual subscription deal. They already have Sega and they already have their back catalog. Add that at no additional charge, or I guess they would knowing Nintendo, they'd probably up the annual at least $5 for the year, or maybe $15 for the year or something. But I think it's already up to $60 if you get the premium annual with the add-ons and all that stuff. And then their regular annual stuff is like $20 for the year or something, I think. But have something like that on PlayStation. Increase their tiers by $5 and roll it into that as a standard thing. I think that would be a good value add, or like their PS Plus and whatnot.
Yeah. Man, we'll see. I mean, PlayStation still won't even put their own first party games in their own subscription service. At least not all of them. Did they ever put GT7 in there?
No, but they did give, what was that? My First Gran Turismo or whatever that demo thing is.
Oh,
that's about as close as they'll get.
Like, we're gonna make a whole curated version of this game just because we don't want to give them the full experience.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking crazy, man. All right. Well, everybody, this was fun. We have, let me see what Kate put a poll in the chat. 60% of y'all pretty much say she was right. Xbox dominates on PlayStation is better than Xbox dominates PlayStation. Yeah, they are. I mean, they're dominating on the PlayStation Storefront. So, and I expect that to continue. How many more releases do they have this year? They have Gears. They have Outer Worlds 2. Ninja Gaiden 4.
Mhm.
Am I missing anything that would be releasing also on PlayStation this year?
I think that's it for them for this year.
We'll see maybe more at Gamescom.
Unless there's a surprise.
Yeah.
Maybe a surprise at games.
Yeah, we'll find
And
out.
rumor has it Fallout 3 might be shadow dropped or something.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick for anybody who didn't know too, Matt, before we get everybody out of here real quick. There was a Nintendo Direct today. So
yes.
there was a bunch of multi-platform games as well there. So again, if you
Mhm.
guys didn't watch it, which I know most people don't, Monster Hunter Stories 3 is coming to Xbox, which is dope. PC and PlayStation and Switch, of course, obviously as well. Once Upon a Katamari is coming as well. Pac-Man World 2 repack. They redid Pac-Man World 2. I was talking about this when we were talking about that weird Metroidvania Pac-Man that they created, which is kind of horrific or whatever. And I said, why not just redo Pac World? Well, they're doing it. Pac-Man World 2 repack is coming as well to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake, of course, is coming. Octopath Traveler 0, all you
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler fans out there, a new Octopath, that is also coming, and it is already
Finally.
confirmed to be play anywhere.
And finally,
Yes.
an Octopath Traveler game that comes at launch on Xbox.
Correct. And it's play
Yeah.
anywhere, Mav. It's been
Yes.
confirmed already, which is dope. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. I love Plants vs.
Yeah.
Zombies.
Yeah.
It's one of my it's dumb fun. It's cool though. I've always had a good time with them. That's a new one that's coming everywhere as well. Also,
Is it like the
news-
classic Plants vs Zombies?
Yeah.
Like the
Yes.
tower
yes.
thing? Okay, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And remade. Yeah. Or remastered, whatever you want to call it. Yep.
Yeah.
A new RPG 2D, one of their 2D, 3D things that they do with Octopath Traveler. Square Enix came out with a new one called The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. That's coming in 2026. That is coming day one to Xbox along with Switch, PC, and PlayStation 5 as well. That's looking pretty cool. I know Psychonauts already had his eye on it. And then Hella, another game coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So I just wanted to let you guys know there was a ton, again, of multi-platform games announced today at the Switch 2 event or Switch event. So that was pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to be excited for Monster Hunter Stories coming as well.
Yeah, man. A lot of these games used to skip Xbox. I remember when the concern everybody was saying like this,
Or they come late.
yeah, more games gonna be skipping Xbox. Also, it's like we've been saying, it's the opposite. You know, you're seeing more of
Right.
these games get announced. Actually, we also Final Fantasy Tactics was shown there as well.
Yes, it was a new look at it. Correct.
Yeah,
Yep. And
I think-
Octopath Traveler 0 is this year, December 2025.
Yeah.
So Square is
Man.
pumping out games
Yeah, they are
like crazy. Yeah, they are.
absolutely awesome. Anybody do you need to get out of here before we do tidbits? No,
I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right.
No.
Well, everybody, we have one more segment here on Fun Speculation Podcast, and it's called Tidbits, where we look ahead at the games releasing for this week. And this is Tidbit. I don't have the video yet. All right, what do we got here, Fuzz?
All right, this first 9 years of Shadow. No, wait, this doesn't look like the first one. Hold on one sec.
A game about digging a
Person.
hole.
That's not supposed to be the first one. What the heck happened here?
Oh, that's a-
Sorry, hold on one sec.
It's It looks like we're gonna hit some fiber.
Oh, I've seen this. I've seen Digging a Hole.
That
People
looks
play
like looks like a anus or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, there was supposed to be a game before this. Why is it not?
It's forbidden, Fuzzy.
What'd you do?
All right. Well, this one is a game about digging a hole coming to iOS
You're
and
kidding me.
Android
What?
this Thursday for $4.99.
Can we dig a hole all the way to? Can we dig a hole all the way to China? That's what I want to do.
There's
Just like in the cartoons.
there's stuff at the bottom of the hole that there's
Yes.
a mystery.
Plot twist: you're starting in China.
Oh, this is kind of like SteamWorld Dig, except from a first-person view. It's kind of dope. You're actually collecting shit down there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, something scary down there.
Yeah.
Spider that growls.
No.
No, a dragon.
It's something else. No.
Jasper knows already.
Yeah, I watched that dude play all the way through it.
Cozy campfire
Did you really?
The next one is
Yeah.
Chilling by the Fire, coming to Switch 2 this Thursday for $14.99.
Is this about hanging out by the fire?
These holes are real imaginative. Digging a
These
hole.
first two games, man. I'm telling you.
Chilling by the fire. I'm coming out with a new game called Doing a Podcast.
Sitting on my ass doing nothing. It's gonna be great. Coming 2026.
Painting walls, 2025.
Driving in traffic.
Watching the paint dry.
Getting Starbucks.
Sometimes though, a
Yeah.
little patience is all you need.
Oh.
So roast some marshmallows.
Sitting in a drive-thru.
set off fireworks
2027.
in the sky. Also get the flames going in rainy or snowy conditions. But try mastering your campfire making skills first. With a compatible USB camera.
Oh, look at those floating heads.
Oh, we got the camera. You can sit around with your boys. Let's go.
Hey, hey, you guys
Oh,
want to
whoa,
get
whoa, what
together
are you
for
guys
a
doing?
nice night of chilling by the fire?
Oh.
We can turn our cameras on and fucking
When chilling by the fire.
just chill by the fire.
On Nintendo Switch 2. Later today.
Oh, I can't wait till
Oh,
people
fuck.
stream that shit.
Oh
It's gonna
my
be great.
god. Hey, we should do it. You just need to go buy
Yeah.
a Switch 2, Pong.
No, not.
Hi.
You
What
don't
is
want to
this?
chill by the fire with me,
That's-
bro?
Hello.
No.
My name is Chase Lowry.
This next one is Dead Take, coming to PC for $13.49
For this role.
this Thursday.
What's holding you, Marion?
All of this.
Okay, this is a little bit more complicated than the last two.
Alvin with the $2 super chat says Pong's ability to guess the new age slop is 100. Yeah.
The way he pushes his actors, he is sculpting them.
Is that
into
Chris
something
Evans?
bigger than themselves.
Or fucking
There's a party. Vinny,
Chris
which I'd
Pine?
love for you
Picture
to
Chris
attend.
Pine in the fucking.
I don't
No, okay.
Finny, get out of there, please. Just pick up.
Magic
fuck is up with
cinemas
these
that it lets
games,
us
man?
peel back the skin, see the marrow of a man,
Don't believe what he says, Vinny.
what he hides.
What are you?
Well, at least they stopped putting simulator and everything.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Let me in.
Answer a fucking phone.
Please tell me that you were not always like this.
Okay.
Dead Take.
Pocket Pair Publishing. Oh, Pocket Pair is publishing. I forgot about that.
All right, this next one is Dear Me, I Was, coming to Switch 2
Arc
today
Systems.
for $7.99.
Arc System works. What are we doing?
You to draw on a book.
Fall asleep in class.
This is
I'm lost.
Sitting
What
on
is
the-
this?
I don't know, man.
This is Arc System works. Where's the fighting game come in? You start beating each other up? What's going
You're gonna
on?
beat that little child.
Yeah, yeah. Just gonna turn it into anime, one of the anime demon girls or something. What is it? Is this a coming of age game? Dear me. It's a diary game. Okay. Arc System work. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I'm thrown for a
Awesome.
loop. What are we doing?
All right, this next one is Heartworm, coming to PC today for $13.49.
School Resident Evil style.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're making a lot of these on Steam now. Yep. It's freaking amazing. Even got the cassette cameras and everything. I like the music.
Yeah. could be cool.
In that house, there's a room that can take you to the other side. I just wanted to let you know, in case I don't come
Thanks.
back.
Thanks for letting us know. Good music.
Right, this next one is Lucy Dreaming, coming to PS4 and 5 today for $18.99.
Ooh, giant sprinkles.
What the fuck?
Oh man, this week is interesting,
I
bro.
bloody love queuing me.
Well, that's just doubled my workload.
Razor Eltron says, now I really want to see what that first game was. Yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. Becomes ever more important the further we get into this.
You mean like a bear?
Don't bring me into this.
Puzzles. We all know how much I love those.
Yeah.
The subconscious works in strange and convenient ways.
Like
Yeah,
a
this
old
week's
point
of games seems more of like a retro theme.
Totally.
He looks like a giant green bucket with eyes. I imagine it'd be terrifying for small children. Please stop that.
Lucy Dreaming.
Okay.
Awesome.
Lucy high on acid.
Yeah.
Go.
This next one is Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
Oh, here we go.
From the
Demo,
PS4,
demo's out too.
5, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch,
Huge
and
reviews.
PC for $22.49.
I'm getting this. And yeah, there's also a new Shinobi trailer today too.
Yeah.
Pong will have nothing to do with this because it's a Metroidvania. I'm assuming.
Correct. Oh no, I think it's an action platform, but still, I don't interest in them anymore.
Just wait until he gets hooked on a handheld. It'll happen.
Sitting at 86 right now. So,
Yeah.
see on Open Critics in 87. So, damn good game for everybody who's interested. Looks cool. The animation
Yeah.
looks great. So, did a great job with it.
Shinobi demo came out today, -0. Right on.
Is it Shinobi that came out today, or was it Ninja Gaiden that came out today? Demo.
I guess it's Shinobi, maybe. I don't know. Romancing
This
Saga
is
2.
Romancing. Yep. Revenge of the Seven coming to Switch 2 today for $34.99. If you didn't own it on your Switch 1, if you do own it on your Switch 1, it's a $9.99 upgrade.
Nice. Glad they're giving that upgrade. Oh, that resolution looks a little bit better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a big difference for me.
Do you have a Switch 2, Matt?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Oh, Matt. You said Matt. I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been playing some Mario Kart here and there. I haven't gotten
Yeah,
Donkey Kong yet.
It's fun. It's
But I might-
definitely fun, but
Get this. I don't know.
This is good ass shit.
You like Donkey Kong, Fuzzy?
yeah. So believe it or not, more so than Mario Kart. But I think it's a matter of I gotta switch some of the buttons for Mario Kart for it to feel right for me.
I love how we're celebrating patches now.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, let's
Enjoy
announce
patch 1.0 now.
Let's announce a patch. It's gonna draw some hype.
Oh.
All right, this next one's going to be a bit of a strange one. It's called Time Flies, coming to
So you
PS5,
can be a fly.
Switch, and PC.
Oh.
Which Don't hit the light.
Yeah. It's one of those games. Okay. So it's like Flappy Bird, except you're a fly. Oh my.
Different physics though, Pong.
Oh, look at that.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
It's all puzzles. Yeah, it's all puzzles.
I don't know if this week his thought made me think that we need more AI to make games or we need less AI to make games.
More, sir. Because I can't write code worth of shit. But if you give me an AI that can, I got better ideas. I'll be whipping out RPGs left and right. Don't you worry. We'll fill the gaps for this week. Oh my god.
They forgot to put graphics in that game.
It's a cool way though. It reminds me of old Mac, black and white Mac.
Yeah.
Right. This next one is going to be pretty big for the Switch too. It's Apex Legends, free to play this Tuesday, or coming this next Tuesday.
Didn't they drop support for the Switch One?
Yeah,
probably.
Or show off your skills in Mixtape, where you'll take on 3 rotating game modes. Plus, both Battle Royale and Mixtape have enhanced resolution and smoother performance. Build your crew and aim for victory when Apex Legends launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system August 5th, along with the new season, Showdown.
I wonder if it's going to be mostly 30 frames.
Right, this next one is Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Okami Chronicles 2, coming to PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch and PC this Tuesday for $59.99.
I'm trying to refrain from doing my anime voices.
Thank you.
Connecting thoughts, the story continues. Any Demon Slayer fans here? No, I guess not. I think my daughter watched it for a little bit. PlayStation.
All right, these next two are coming to mobile. Disco Elysium, the final cut, finally coming to Android for $9.99 in the Play Store.
Oh, right on.
Great game. I gotta get back.
Roll the dice and take your chances. Collect odds and change outcomes. Employ unique skills to overcome obstacles with full voice acting for every one of the
they change.
city's
Yeah, this is
beautiful
not. This is,
people.
yeah.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. You must be from the 41st.
Betrayed by the things we love. What a rotten deal.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Explore this award-winning story in a completely new way. The great city at the end of the world is waiting.
It's kind of like it just takes you along the path of the story or something.
Correct. And they give you all the choices.
Yeah.
And the dice rolls. So.
All right, and this next one is Snufkin, Melody of Moominville, or Moomin Valley, coming to iOS as well as Android this Wednesday, and it's free to play.
This is free to play? Where are they going to get you with monetization?
Yeah, they're going to have in-app purchases and whatnot.
You only get so many moves. You're going to buy.
Pay $1 to put out the fire.
Is that all of this week?
Let me see if I can redo the that first one.
What a strong week, everybody. This is gonna be massive.
All right, is it playing now?
Yeah.
9 Years of
All right.
Shadows?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 Years of Shadows coming to PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S this Thursday or today for $17.99.
I thought the game was gonna save it for this week, but I mean it looks pretty good.
My wish list is full for this week.
The graphics are pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Definitely a standout this week.
True.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, obviously, probably the big one. I also
everyone had to move out of the way for them.
I also thought digging a hole and chilling by the fire were kind of standouts. And then
Chilling by the
Saga
fire
2.
alone with the chilling by the fire with the camera.
Oh man, all I want to do is stream chilling by the fire with you guys, and we can hang out and just.
We could actually do the podcast from the game.
Yeah,
we
While
can.
we chilled up by the fire. That'd be pretty dope.
Burn or roast some marshmallows in game.
Yeah.
I'm sure chat would love that.
Probably so. Well, before we get stuck digging a hole, let's get everybody out of here. Chat, you guys rock. Because you got to leave the activity. You're the only one still in there. So if you go down the bottom of Discord, see like the little little thing that says leave activity.
Yeah.
There you go.
I got it.
You're right. All right. Well, that was a fun episode, everybody. We will be back again next week for another show. And hopefully some more stuff to talk about. We'll have a lot of Battlefield conversation thoughts, I'm pretty sure, next week, because we'll be right on the cusp of playing the beta at that point.
I may take Thursday off.
You may? Okay.
Although servers are going to be usually packed and problems. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to take Thursday or Friday. I might take Friday.
Okay. Well, we'll find out. I might stream it, so we'll see.
Oh, we're gonna team up then.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do like one of those streams like we did last beta, but we'll see if I'll be doing it from the PC. This will be sketchy streaming a beta from the PC for me. So we'll see. Hopefully there's no crashes and stuff because it could affect things. But anyway, all right, everybody, thank you all for being here. You guys rock. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for hanging out, watching. Jasper, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Yo, check it out. Lord Jasper Twitter, all that fun stuff. Should be back more frequently, at least for the next month and a half or so, maybe. Maybe a little longer, actually. So yeah, just be hopping back on the shows for a little bit and chilling with you guys, I guess.
Right on, man. I'm glad you were able to be here, dude. It's been a while. And the one and only Fuzzy Belvedere. What about you, sir?
Oh, this was awesome. Love doing this. As far as talking about the gaming industry and how PlayStation is following Xbox once again. No, but this was awesome tonight. Glad we had Jasper on here as well, and look forward to having you on here more often, or being able to join us more often. Always love doing this with you, Mav, and you, Pong. Favorite hobby? Want to hear my rambles and rants? Y'all know where to find me. Just do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere everywhere on social media. You should be able to find me. But yeah, look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Thank you, Fuzz. And what about the encyclopedia of gaming dating back to the very first game ever created, Pong Soul?
Everybody, what a blast to be here on a Thursday night on the super duper Thursday night Xbox Ultimate, not PM and the PM Mavcast again. I love this. Thank you all, chat, for being here. Yeah, what an exciting time, man. I mean, again, I am so dang busy, but man, to see Battlefield 6 and stuff and be able to come on here and get super hyped and talk about it with these guys. That's what it's about, and talk about it with you guys as well. But yeah, no, lots of stuff going on. But I hope you all enjoyed the show. And again, it's always nothing but love and respect because you guys are out here. Again, the same people supporting all the shows, not just this one, but all the shows in the community. Whether it's a slow week or a busy week, it doesn't matter. You guys are here. So love you all. And of course, brothers, great to have a Thursday night. Jasper, awesome to see you. You're through July. So July is over with, Jasper. August upwards and onwards, brother. All right, to the moon in August. Everything's gonna be better, man. You got all your bad karma out of the way in July, so you're good to go, brother. So, but good to have you here, man. And Fuzzy, of course, and Mav, love you guys. And so you guys know how to find me, Pongso everywhere. Follow me, I'll follow you back. And then otherwise, Saturday mornings, it's living split screen, live, raw, and uncut. Myself, my brother from another steel rain, split screens, all one word. We start at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time, 3+ hours. We'll take you from your morning to your afternoon to your night, depending on where you are in the world. But we're going to talk some gaming. We always get into it. Doesn't matter what kind of week it is for him and I, because we get the chat involved. The chat dictates a lot of conversations, and we go off on side tangents. So join us, Living Split Screen Saturday morning. And then Sunday, the Shop Podcast has been rolling right along. This week is no different. So the Shop Podcast is back. PTK Blam's channel. It's PTK Blam. It's Fuzzy Belvedere. It's myself. And this week we have Captain Logan on the show. He is a great guest. He's always got a unique perspective and a good talker, man. So we're going to have a good time on Sunday, and it's Sunday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Central Time. So be there for the Shop Podcast. Otherwise, everybody, it is the golden age of gaming. I wish I had more time right now to be enjoying games, but that's okay. I know you all, or most of you do. So get out there, play what you love what you play, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Matt, get us out of here, brother.
Right on, man. Appreciate it. Hey, and everybody, if you go follow my wife over there on Twitter or X, Caitlin X Fancy, she posted a bunch of pictures of our new setup. So I know some of y'all have been asking about because y'all see the background change and all that kind of stuff. We've been working on stuff. Like I talked about before, we just started a new channel, me and her together, Sup Babe Network, and it's gonna be me and her just kind of doing stuff, and we'll have a podcast on there soon too. But yeah, if you want some shots of our new area that we all put together for everything, it's up there on her Twitter, so I'll put that in the chat, so go check it out. I also retweeted it on mine, so you can check it out there. But appreciate everybody for being here, and we will see y'all next week here. Talk about games and some more shit. Have a good one. Peace out. Bye.